As a nurse, I've seen a lot of people with sleep deprivation. It affects their job, their home life. At Room to Room, we want to take the guesswork out of buying a mattress, and that's why we brought in this technology. It shows you what you need. We want to do the assessment and find exactly what's perfect for you.
Even though Gabe grew up in Alabama, Mississippi has now become his home and his family. And one thing about Gabe is he keeps his family safe.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather This Morning.
Hey, good morning yet again. Mississippi Live Weather Meteorologist Maggie McCauley here at 7:30 this morning. Thanks again for waking up with us today. Here's what you need to know. We're expecting showers throughout your day ahead. I've been tracking rain out there all morning, if you've been watching with us. However, I am tracking out a drier Labor Day weekend ahead if you got any plans, and then a gradual warm up if you don't want summer to end. So that's everything we have going on here at the Room to Room Weather Center. Let's talk about current conditions right now on Mississippi Live Doppler radar. Seeing some rain continuing to pour in, especially as you're crossing over the Mississippi River into portions of the Delta. Already seeing flash flooding concerns in places like over in Pulaski County, Little Rock, Arkansas, dealing with that. We're not dealing with it here in North Mississippi, just seeing some rain continue to pour into the state. Heavier portions right now remain in the Delta. I'm really tracking that from Clarksdale down to Greenwood. Let me go ahead and zoom in and show you exactly what we're looking at this morning. If you are in places like the Delta, Clarksdale really getting in on some heavier shower activity along 278 if you plan on traveling there, really from Duncan up into Panola County. And then also further down south into Cleveland, Greenwood, along 278 if you're tracking along there in portions of the Delta, some heavier rain with that as well. Going closer to 55 from Senatobia, Tate County down into Grenada County, you'll be dealing with some rain the further south you go. So I'm thinking Grenada County, Duck Hill, Winona, Vaden, more closer to the edges of Atala County along 55. Going to be dealing with some heavy rain than if you were headed up into places like Memphis. If we shift further to the east, again, along 82 from Greenwood down in Columbus, you're going to be dealing with some rain as well if you travel along there this morning. Overall, though, the further east that you do go, the less rain you are going to be seeing this morning. So stretching really from places like Lee County over into the Mississippi-Alabama state line, a little bit less rainfall activity, but that's not going to be the story throughout the entirety of your day. We are going to be tracking this rain continuing to pour in. Here is an overall view of what's going on right now. So we're tracking this low pressure system over in the plains. We're watching this stretched out warm front. You can see it kind of inching closer. It's going to be dropping in really the southern half of the state. And along it is just training showers and storms all the way from Wichita, Kansas into central Arkansas, Pine Bluff dealing with that as well. And then stretching into North Mississippi. This is going to continue to move east. So as it does, we're going to continue to get more and more rain throughout the day because of it. Let me put this into motion to show you that. See that tracking east, and as it does, rain just pouring into the state. That's going to be the story for your day ahead. Lots of rain expected out there for your Thursday, at least for some of us. I'm going to show you that in motion one more time. So this is what's going on right now on Mississippi Live Doppler radar, a little bit of a regional view. Then we're going to shift over and put it into motion. Watch as it makes its way through more of a southerly track, but just dumping that heavy rainfall throughout the back half of your day. Here's the good news, though, as we go into your Friday morning. So this is Friday at 7:30. Less rain activity going on because this is really sitting just south of our area. So if you do plan on traveling down south on Friday, anywhere along the coast, maybe Jackson into northern Louisiana, Mobile, Montgomery, Dothan, you are going to be dealing with that rainfall as you make your way down there. Here in North Mississippi, though, different story, and that's some good news for our Friday night football games. Temperatures right now warmer than they were yesterday. If you walked outside yesterday, it was so nice out there. I know I said it was in the 50s, and it was, but when I stepped outside, I was like, wow, this is nice. This does not feel like the end of August. That's not the same story today, unfortunate for us. We are in the 60s right now across the board. Some of us almost in the 70s, like Kosciuszko, Louisville in the middle 60s over there. A lot of us in the middle 60s overall. So a little bit of a warmer start to your day. However, the afternoon is going to be cooler. So that's one thing to note. Make sure to have the rain gear handy. Some of us already need that rain gear out there early this morning. Some ground truth from the North Mississippi Storm Chasers camera network. This, again, is in Cleveland. You can see on radar right there some heavier showers ongoing. You can see it in the camera as well. See some little pockets and droplets on the camera right there. So rain ongoing, lots of cloud cover across the area this morning as well. Again, heaviest rain right now in portions of the Delta. Same story over in Greenville, dealing with a lot of clouds there. Majority of that rain is actually sitting south of the city. Let's talk about the next first 12 hours, the next 12 hours, if you will. You are still going to be needing your rain gear, especially into the afternoon. I know you might not need it right now, all of us. Trust me, you will in the afternoon. We're going to be seeing these rain chances increase. More of the state seeing rain, or North Mississippi especially seeing rain into your afternoon hours. So you're going to want to keep that rain gear handy, have it in your car, especially if you're not going to be home until later in the day. 70s expected. I told you it's going to be a little bit colder today, or cooler as I should say, because of all that cloud cover and rain. It's going to be keeping temperatures in the 70s. Temperatures are just not going to be moving a whole lot as we head over the next 12 hours. Eventually dropping back down to the 60s by 8. I know some of us have some not Friday night football games, but Thursday night football games going on today. If you do, it looks like it's going to be a soaker. I would bring the rain gear, expect some delays as well, as you could see some lightning with these showers as they make their way through. Overall, just make sure to bring that poncho if you're headed out later in the afternoon into your evening hours as well. Coming up in the next 60, we're going to be going through hour by hour who can expect the most rain today. That has shifted this morning than yesterday morning if you're just now tuning in with us. So update on rain totals is what we're going to be looking at. Also going to give you your full look at your Friday night football forecast, your 7-day forecast, and again, taking you hour by hour throughout your work week so you can know when the heaviest rain is going to be hitting your area. Again, all coming up in the next.
For more than 100 years, First Choice Bank has provided dedicated community banking to North Mississippi. The banking products and services you need when you need them. At First Choice, you're our priority. Make First Choice your choice for banking.
March 24th, 2023 was a normal Friday. You know, we knew the weather was not good, but we needed to take shelter, and we didn't have shelter. My husband and almost 2-year-old daughter, Ethan and Riley, they did lose their lives in the storm. We're still recovering from it. We'll always be recovering from it. Matt Laupon cares about the community. He's not just there to collect a paycheck. I feel like Matt Laupon has proven himself trustworthy.
You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Maggie McAuley.
Hey, yeah, good morning again. Hope you have your maybe second cup of coffee by now and are joining me over in the Room to Room Weather Center. Nice conditions over in Batesville. I want to show you a camera because not everybody dealing with rain this morning. This is a look over in Panola County, northwest part of the state. Temperatures in the 60s. Still dealing with a lot of cloud cover out there, but not necessarily ongoing rainfall. And this is the story for a lot of us this morning as well, not just over in Batesville. Take a look at Mississippi Live Weather Doppler radar. You can see it there. Heaviest portion of that rainfall is closer to the Mississippi River. So folks over in the Delta is getting in on the heavier rainfall, especially if you're tracking up and down 61, 278, closer to Clarksdale as well. Along 55, dealing with some rain if you're traveling along there this morning. Really, as you head south, I think Panola County is starting to run into rain. So Grenada County down into closer to the edges of Attala County dealing with that. So if you're traveling on 55 this morning going down to Jackson, you will be dealing with some heavier pockets of rain. However, let's go off to our east. Not the same story. Along 45 from Tupelo over to Alcorn County, you're going to be good to go. Same story if you track 278 past Amory, you're good to go as well. So not all of us dealing with rain this morning. However, all of us going to be dealing with rain as we head into your afternoon. Rain chance is going to be going up as we head over the next few hours. Temperatures going up as well. ever so slightly. 60s still hanging on by 9, 70s expected as we head throughout the rest of your day. So a little bit of a cooler day ahead due to all those rain and clouds in the mix. I think a lot of us going to be topping off today in the 70s. So again, cooler than yesterday because of a rainy day ahead. Still cool. And again, rain main story for the day. Here's the overall setup I want you to see. So rain is really pouring in and moving in from central Arkansas right now. This system is going to follow these little arrows you see on your screen. So that low pressure system with that warm front that I was showing you, it's going to be shifting from the plains down into Arkansas, down into portions of central Mississippi as we head throughout the day. And where it goes, rain is going to be following it. And that is going to be the story for North Mississippi. So let's take it hour by hour, because rain is going to be becoming more prevalent into the back half of your day if you got any plans. By 9 o'clock, we still just see rain pouring into the area. Going into noon, that's when we start to see a little bit more of those heavier pockets start to come into play. The heaviest still sitting in places like central Arkansas, but it's beginning to make its way closer, right, into the state. As we go into the afternoon, that's when we really start to see the more widespread rain from the Tennessee state line all the way down to Attala County, getting rain this afternoon. 4, 5 o'clock. I know there's some Thursday night football games. I encourage you, if you are going to those, you have kiddos playing in those, bring the poncho, maybe expect some rain delays as well. Wouldn't be surprised if a few of these heavier pockets have some lightning with them as well. So overall, just expect some wet games ahead and wet roadways if you're headed off anywhere Thursday afternoon into your evening hours. Here's where it begins to take a turn. As we head Thursday evening, this system begins to shift further to our south, and as it does, the rain does follow it the same way. So a few maybe spot showers out there by your Thursday night, but overall a lot less than Thursday afternoon. Same story for Friday. The system, we're going to be watching it. It's going to hang out close to North Mississippi, okay? It's going to be sitting just to our south. So more places like Attala County all the way into Louisville, Macon, Aliceville. If you are in these areas, you're more likely to see some rain out there for your Friday morning. However, this will continue slowly, ever so slowly, to shift off to the south. And as it does, we get more breaks in the clouds and more drier conditions. I think Friday night football games really look good to go. Now, your field's going to be wet because it's going to be raining all day today, but not necessarily ongoing rainfall. And I know that's some good news for folks headed out to those. Flash flood threat that we've been talking about over the last few days with this system is looking less and less. So that's some good news as well. Take a look at your flash flood threat today. Slight risk, mainly in places like Oklahoma, eastern Oklahoma, a lot of the state of Arkansas dealing with that, into northern Louisiana. Now, some of Mississippi is dealing with that. However, this clipped more of our area yesterday, and this has shifted further off to the west and further down south as well, because that system track has shifted as well. So that's some good news for us here in North Mississippi. Our rain totals, same story. So those 2 to 3 inch marks further to the south this morning expected. Again, places like south of Greenville, south of Greenwood, into Attala County, Louisville, Macon on the fringes of that as well. Expected to see about 2 inches. The further you get away from that area, the further north that you go and east that you go, especially, the less rain you're expected to see. Why? Because you're going to be farther away from the system making its way in. You're going to be getting less of those heavier pockets that move in as well. So that's look at your forecasted rain totals. As for tomorrow, I told you Friday night football games look better. We're looking at that flash flood that really shifting off to our south tomorrow. So sitting south of our area, just south of our area. But that's some good news. Again, for high school football games for your Friday night. Temperatures look to be in the 70s, so overall pretty comfortable out there compared to what they could be for this time in August. 70s, upper 70s to middle 70s for your pregame. Halftime look to be in the low 70s, and eventually we'll get into the 60s as you're headed back home. About a 20% chance, but again, I think a lot of it stay dry. If you are further to the south, you can expect maybe a sprinkle or two to hold on. I think a lot of us are going to be good to go. Here's like your 7-day forecast. 70s hang on today, 80s tomorrow. And then we do warm back up. I'm sorry, middle 80s for your Labor Day weekend, keeping about a 20% chance in there for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. You're going to want to come and tune in tomorrow morning. I'll be breaking down more of those Labor Day rain chances out there for you tomorrow. Overall, it doesn't look like a washout for Labor Day weekend, but can't rule out a few showers here or there Saturday all the way to Monday. And then we start our warm-up trend. So if you like these cooler conditions, which I think a lot of us have, enjoy it today and tomorrow. Even Labor Day weekend is sitting below average, because as we head into next week, we start that slow, gradual warm up. So upper 80s expected Wednesday and then into the later portion of our next work week as well. I want to give you one more look at Mississippi Live Doppler radar before I head out for the morning. We are seeing showers across the area, especially in northwest Mississippi, especially sitting in areas like Grenada along 55, headed down to Jackson, and then west of that. So the Delta getting in on the heaviest rainfall you can see along 61. If you're traveling along there this morning, you're going to be dealing with some rain. The further east that you go, the less rain you're dealing with. And that's really going to be the story for the day ahead as well. So that's where the rain is this morning. Again, it's going to be continuing to move into our area throughout the day. So if you haven't left the house yet, make sure you have the umbrella in your car so you don't run into rain unprepared, because that's just embarrassing, right? I hate to have rain and no umbrella. Anyway, that's my deal. But pack the umbrella, pack the rain gear if you can. There's a look at Mississippi Live Doppler radar. I hope you'll join us at 5, 6, and 10 p.m. live from the Room to Room Weather Center. Matt and Gabe will be tracking out those rain chances out there for you and giving you an updated forecast on everything you need to know going into Friday and the weekend. Again, coming up at 5, 6, and 10 p.m. Thank you again for spending your morning.
At Room to Room, did you know our specialty is custom ordered upholstery? Get the furniture you want and the fabric and color selection you want. With our free design service, we won't let you make a mistake.
Your family deserves the most beautiful smile possible. At Tupelo Smiles, we use precision dentistry and advanced technology to make visiting the dentist an amazing experience. Relationship-based comprehensive care. Come discover the difference at Tupelo Smiles.
March 24th, 2023 was a normal Friday. You know, we knew the weather was not good, but we needed to take shelter, and we didn't have shelter. My husband and almost 2-year-old daughter, Ethan and Riley, they did lose their lives in the storm. We're still recovering from it. We'll always be recovering from it. Matt Lawpon cares about the community. He's not just there to collect a paycheck. I feel like Matt Lawpon has proven himself trustworthy